back to another Division video here on my channel. Wanted to go over something kind of cool today. It's making the rounds. People know about it. There are already some videos on it, but you may not be subscribed to certain people that have put the video out, so I thought I would touch on it and go over and give you my opinion on all of the 5 gear set bonuses. Now you're going, KJ, what the heck? You can't already know what Nomad 5th gear set bonuses, or hey, you don't know what Hunter's Faith gear set bonuses. Come on, what the heck? Well, I do, and you can find out as well. Now, if you have a piece of the gear on your character and it's equipped, then you can find out. So all you need to do is go equip the gear, go to the crafting table in the base of operations, select whatever gear piece you have. So for example, I have a stamina mask. Now you're gonna see Alpha Bridge that is equipped 1 through 6. Now I don't have 6 pieces on, but if you scroll down past gear set bonus 4, you're going to see gear set bonus 5. Now it doesn't give us 6, but it gives us 5. So I'm going to go over each gear set and what their 5th bonus is and give you my opinion. Now, talking about Alpha Bridge, quickly going through the set bonuses. The 2 set bonus is 100% health regen. The 3rd set bonus is 5% weapon damage. And then Alpha Bridge, the 4th set bonus is when you have, let's say, 2 assault rifles equipped, and both bottom talents are different on the weapon. You'll get the 4th, you'll get that bottom talent on the 2nd weapon added to your 1st weapon, so you'll actually have 4 weapon talents instead of 3. Used to be 6, they cut it back down to 4. So it adds that extra talent. Now the 5th talent on Alpha Bridge is another 50% health regen and another 5% weapon damage. So you actually get 150% health regen, which means your health will come back quicker, and you'll actually get 10% weapon damage along with your 4th set bonus of having the 4th weapon talent equipped. So this, depending on what the 6th gear set bonus is, this could be a pretty good set to run with, and it's actually not too bad right now as it sits. So that's the Alpha Bridge. The Alpha Bridge setup: 50% health regen, 5% weapon damage. I have attack chest equipped. So your first set bonus, sorry, I guess it would be this, the number 2 set bonus is 15% skill haste. When you have 3 pieces equipped, it's 10% skill power, all revolving around skill. And then the 4th set bonus, every bullet your group hits enemies with adds 0.2% skill power to you for a max of 30% bonus. You don't need to have a group. If you have a bullet turret and you're running a tac build, this will also work for you as well. I use it in a lot of my videos when I'm running solo in PvE. So the 5th set bonus is an additional 10% skill haste, an additional 10% skill power. So in total you would have 25% skill haste, which I think is actually crazy, but cool. And you'll have an extra 10% skill power, giving you a total of 20% skill power on top of what you would already have with this build. So in terms of having a skill build, this just makes it that much stronger. I like it. Going to Hunter's Faith. So the 2-piece bonus is optimum range. 3-piece bonus is headshot damage. 4-piece bonus is hitting an enemy with bullets grants you and your group temporary protection. The further your shot, the more protection. Each group member's protection disappears after getting hit by one hostile bullet. So the Hunter's Faith fifth set is another additional 20% optimum range and an additional 10% headshot damage. I still feel that this build is slightly underpowered because to me the set bonus number 4 is just doesn't do it for me. So I probably would stay away from the Hunters still. But who knows? That 6th bonus could be crazy. Strikers. So we already know about strikers, but just to kind of go over, the stability is added and enemy armor damage is added, and we know that there's regen for the 6th set bonus. They're already showing us because it's coming next. So every hit adds self-healing bonus of 0.01%. This bonus is further increased by 0.03% for every 2,000 stamina. Stacks up to 100 hits. Basically, it's very hard to die if you're running this set, at least in the PTS, until we see it in the actual game. Who the heck knows? So, Nomad. 2-piece is 15% health on kill. 3-piece grants constant small amount of healing, allowing the user to regenerate at all segments during combat. So if you're in your last segment, your second segment, or you're still in your third segment but taking some damage, you are going to do a small amount of healing no matter what. A little bit underpowered, to be honest with you, but nice when you are in a battle and you're still in damage but maybe in cover, you're actually healing yourself. When receiving fatal damage, you are instead healed to full health. This can happen once every 4 minutes. So if you are in a PvP and you can last 4 minutes without dying, when you are about to die, you have the ability to get a full heal. Kind of cool, but I actually think every 4 minutes, especially in Last Stand, is a little bit long. You're going out, you're taking multiple damage, and every 30 seconds sometimes. So I would like to see that maybe down to 3 minutes or even 2 minutes, because I just think the bonus is not that good. The 5th set is another 10% health on kill, making it 25% health on kill. I'd be interested to see what the 6th gear set is for this. Right now, for me, it's just not doing anything crazy. I have the defense D3 FNC on here, so we already know that you get 15% protection from elites and 10% damage to elites. They've changed this and nerfed the. Really, they've nerfed the when they did patch 1.7. They made it less of a PvP build, and they've tried to make it more of a PvE build. Some guys still rock it. The shield is still pretty strong, but you can see the set bonuses are different. It's 15% protection from elites, 10% damage to elites. They've actually made it 30% protection from elites and added another 10% to make it 20% damage to elites. Interesting to see what the 6th set is. I really don't rock it. Okay, so gone over strikers, nomad, tacticians, and defense, as well as Hunter's Faith. Let's switch some gear out here. We already know what Deadeye is. We already know what Lone Star is. What else can we put on here? Firecrest and Alpha Bridge. We can put on Banshee. We can put on Reclaimer and Sentries. So let's take a look. Now, I didn't equip. Yeah, I did. Okay, so Firecrest. So the 2-piece bonus set is a 3 incendiary grade capacity, not a big deal. The set bonus number 3 is 50% flame turret range and 30% flame turret damage. It's actually really good. if you're running a flame turret. Your weapon damage is increased by 15% against burning targets. You can actually run this with, you don't need to have a super high skill power. You can actually run a blended build with firearms and electronics and really make this work, especially in Last Stand in a lot of gameplay. Now, the set beast bonus, you get an additional, so you get 10 fire grenades, incendiary grenades, 25% turret range, and a 20% turret damage, making 75% turret range and really 50% turret damage. That's insane. Wow, okay. So that's going to be pretty crazy, and be interesting to see what the 6 set bonus is on the Fire Crest. Chest Piece we didn't change, it's still TAC. Sentry Call. Alright, a lot of people ran this pre-1.6. So let's take a look. Set bonus number 2 is 30% accuracy. Set bonus number 3 is 10% headshot damage. Headshots using a semi-automatic weapon, so that it can include a sniper rifle, mark the enemy, increasing damage inflicted on the target by 5% for the duration of 30 seconds. A target can receive 3 marks, which means that they can get an additional 15% damage taken. Set piece bonus number 5 is an additional 15% accuracy and an additional 15% headshot damage. So a total of 45% accuracy, which if you're using a sniper rifle doesn't really matter, but if you're using like an AR, it does matter. And headshot damage is 25% total now. Not bad. Really not bad at all. So kind of like the looks of this. If you're running in a group, someone in the group might need to run this for you to be optimized. Alright, Reclaimer. So this has been changed to a basically a healer build. So set piece 2, support station range 30%. Bonus 3 is 50% duration. Support stations now get the benefit in set bonus number 4 of being all of the different support stations combined into one. So life support, immunizer, and ammo cache. Kind of cool if you're running like incursions or things that you're going to run out of ammo and you need to be immunized. Kind of neat to have that all in one. Looks like we're going to be getting this next patch, so they're going to release both the 5th and 6th set bonus. So set bonus number 5, support station range is an additional 15%, duration is an additional 25%. Set bonus 6, plus 40% support station revive time, 100% support station healing range, and 50% support station health. It is probably going to be imperative that if you're running in a group of 4, somebody is running a Reclaimer, especially in incursions or like if you're a newer group and don't know necessarily how to run the incursions properly. This is extremely important, and in Falcon Lost in particular, this is something that you're going to want to optimize and have one of your group members run. PvP, yeah, you could totally do that. The problem with PvP, especially in the Dark Zone, is you typically are in one area. You're not staying in one spot. You might for, 15-20 seconds of fighting, but if you are in a, your back is against the wall, you can't get out, then dropping down one of these support stations while you're fighting is probably a really good thing, especially if you are in Manhunt. So, not a bad increase to the Reclaimer set. Let's take a look at the Banshee. So, as noted, 20% looted DZ funds, set bonus 2. Set bonus 3, 10% damage to out of cover. A lot of people run the 3 set bonus for this. The 10% damage out of cover is, a lot of people like that extra, just that pure raw damage. And there's not, usually when you're fighting, especially in PvP, you're not necessarily in cover, so you get that extra 10%. While rogue, all ammo is completely refilled every 30 seconds. Damage taken from non-rogue players is reduced by 10%. So, when you are rogue, not bad to have. While not rogue, damage to rogue players is increased by 10%. This bonus is increased to 20% for 10 minutes after being killed by a rogue. So, basically, how this breaks down is when you're rogue and you're wearing the 4-piece bonus set, damage taken from players who are trying to kill you and they're not rogue, that damage is reduced by 10%. But when you are not rogue and you're going after rogues, damage to rogues that you're going to be shooting at, they're going to take an extra 10% damage from you. And if they kill you and they're still rogue, you get an extra 20% damage, which is pretty crazy when you think about it, because if you have the 10% damage out of target coverage, you now have 30% extra damage. This is without anything like taking into account any of your weapon talents or anything like that, for 10 minutes after being killed by a rogue. So even if that rogue dies and there's other rogues, you still have 30% extra damage. So pretty crazy. The set bonus 5, 20% loaded DZ funds and 5% damage to target out of cover. So you have an extra 5%, so you have 50% damage to targets out of cover. I don't know. I don't know if it'd be worth having a full 5 or 6 piece on if you're strictly running DZ and you're going rogue. This could be a set for you. Alpha Ridge. Everybody's wondering about Alpha Ridge. And we'd already talked about the 5-piece, which is 50% health regen and 5% weapon damage. So that gives you an extra 10% weapon damage, 150% health regen. What am I missing here? What did I miss? I gotta put on. Did I put on Predators? I don't think I put on Predators. Where do I have a piece of Predators? I think I have some gloves. Oh. I have Predators right here. I don't think I talked about Predators. It was the holster. Okay, so Predators, 10% reload speed. Set bonus number 3 is 8% assault rifle damage, 8% SMG damage. Hitting 10 shots without switching targets to make the target bleed for 50% damage. Already done by those bullets. It's actually pretty strong as it is. Gear set bonus number 5. I think this build is going to be insane. 10% reload speed, so it's a total of 20% reload speed. You now have an additional 8% assault rifle damage and an additional 8% SMG damage for a total now of 16% assault and SMG damage. That is insane. I am going to be very interested to see what happens with the 6-piece on this set. You know, everybody thought Strikers, okay, was going to be the meta, what everybody was going to run with when it came to 1.7, and then them releasing it. Now they haven't released it yet. So they released Deadeye, which isn't bad. Ran a Deadeye build last night in Last Stand and had some good success with it. They've also released Final Measure. I've got a build put together for that. It's not horrible. By the way, the Deadeye 6-piece is not worth it. It's better to have a 5-piece and have Reckless, just if you're trying to put a build together. The Final Measure build is okay. I think it's imperative if you're running any kind of incursions. Even if you're running PvP, even in Last Stand, if you're staying together as a group and you're getting grenades tossed on you, those grenades get swallowed up. I think it's actually not a bad build to have. And then the Lone Star build, is just a fun build. It's fun because that Berserker talent, which is number 6, you basically get. Let me put it on for you, and you can just see what it is. Actually, if I go to loadouts and I just put on, do I wanna? Yeah, let's just overwrite this so that. And I did not want to do that. Lone Star. So let's take a quick peek here. The Lone Star 5-piece is ammo capacity, LMG damage, shotgun damage. Now, as you see, I am running SMG. Now you're kind of going, okay, wait a minute. You get 8% LMG damage, 8% shotgun damage, and then you get an additional 12% and 12% for LMG and shotgun damage for a total of 20%. That's crazy. Now, the other crazy thing is you can roll LMG or shotgun damage on your gloves and increase it even more. But I ran this with SMG and rolled SMG damage on my gloves, and actually it was just a lot of fun because the 6-piece set is when a weapon has 50% of the magazine remaining, there's a 75% chance that a bonus activates when the final bullet is fired. Now you can actually see if you're going to get this talent before the magazine's over. So if you're getting really low, you may not actually get it. You'll see this little symbol right here below your bar, and it gives you an additional 20% weapon damage and fire rate. It's a mini tack special for the duration of that weapon. So, and actually, you don't necessarily want to run extended magazines because you can actually put on crit damage and chance with a small magazine increase and get that bonus faster. That being said, if it's a smaller magazine, the Berserker talent will only last for that magazine. So, but it's a really fun build. I think Predators and Strikers are going to be the supreme damage builds, and I think that the Reclaimer is extremely important for group, especially in PvE, but does have some advantages in PvP. I think the Firecrest build is going to be deadly with the turret, especially if you know how to set it up properly, which we'll do a build on that. I think the Alpha Bridge build is not bad, but doesn't compare to the Predators or the Strikers. The Banshee build is specifically geared around, in my opinion, the Dark Zone. You can definitely combine it with a Ninja Bike and get the 3-piece bonus running Predators or something else. But in my opinion, I think that's specifically for Dark Zone if you really want to get the maximized build. I still think Hunter's Faith is underwhelming, and Nomad I think is underwhelming, and I think if you're trying to run a scale build, Tack Authority without seeing all the 6-piece sets is going to still be the skill build to rock with. Alright guys, there are your 5-piece bonus set reveals. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, drop a subscribe. We're just growing this channel organically, and we love each and every one of you. We play a lot of Division. We have some great group members, and we have a lot of awesome conversation and just enjoy the game in general. So we appreciate you following along, and we will catch up with you on the next Division video. Have a great day, guys.